Imagine this. You're diligently saving every penny, building a nest egg for your future. But unseen forces are quietly siphoning it away. Your money shrinks before your eyes, like ice melting under a relentless sun. What if the guardians of our economy, the central banks, are not protectors, but architects of this erosion? What if inflation isn't just a natural force, but a deliberate tool that picks winners and losers? A hidden war on your wallet, favoring the elite while leaving everyday savers in the dust. Stay with me as we uncover the truth. Let's step back in time. For centuries, rulers and banks have tinkered with money to suit their needs. Ancient Rome debased its coins to fund wars, eroding citizens' wealth. Fast forward to 1913. The Federal Reserve is born in the US, promising stability. But history shows a pattern. Central banks control the money spigot. A quick stat: since 1913, the US dollar has lost over 96% of its purchasing power due to inflation. Think of it like a slow leak in your tire. You don't notice until you're stranded. Today, amid rising prices post-COVID, this age-old game hits home for everyday savers and beginner investors. You're feeling the pinch at the pump and the grocery store. But why does it seem the rich only get richer? Now, let's break down the machinery. Central banks, like the Fed, hold the keys to the economy's engine. They use tools, interest rates, open market operations, and quantitative easing, fancy terms for printing money. Here's how it works. When they lower interest rates or buy bonds, they flood the system with new cash. But it doesn't spread evenly. Enter the Cantillon effect, named after an 18th century economist. Imagine money as fresh water poured into a river. The first to drink, the banks, big investors, and governments, get it pure and plentiful. They buy assets, stocks, real estate, art, prices soar. By the time it reaches you through wages or loans, the water's muddied. Prices have risen everywhere. Your savings, they erode. A dollar today buys less tomorrow. Inflation acts like a silent tax, transferring wealth from savers to debtors. If you owe money, like the government with its trillions in debt, inflation shrinks that burden in real terms. But if you're saving in a bank account, your interest rarely keeps up. Metaphor: it's a rigged race where the elite start with jetpacks while you run on foot. Central banks aim for 2% inflation yearly, calling it stable. But who benefits? Those with assets see gains. The rest watch their wallet war intensify. The system hums along until it doesn't. History is littered with breaking points. Take Weimar Germany in the 1920s. The Reichsbank printed money wildly to pay war reparations. Hyperinflation hit. A loaf of bread cost billions of marks. Savings vanished overnight. Middle-class families bartered heirlooms for food. Fast forward to the 1970s US Great Inflation. The Fed kept rates low amid oil shocks and spending sprees. Inflation soared to 14% by 1980. Wages lagged. Savers suffered. The revelation: central banks weren't neutral. They enabled it through easy money. Then, 2008, global financial meltdown. Banks teetered. Enter quantitative easing. The Fed pumped trillions into the system, buying assets. The turning point: while Main Street faced foreclosures, Wall Street boomed. Asset prices inflated, but jobs didn't. The elite, those closest to the money printer, emerged stronger. It was the moment the mask slipped. Inflation isn't accidental. It's a tool that, in crisis, shields the powerful first. The fallout spreads like ripples in a pond. First, wealth inequality widens. Key post-2008 boosted stock markets by 300% in a decade, but wages grew just 20%. The top 1% captured most gains as asset owners rode the wave. Savers, their bank accounts yielded near zero, eroded by even mild inflation. Take recent times. Post-COVID central banks unleashed $9 trillion in stimulus worldwide. Inflation hit 9% in the US by 2022. Groceries up 25%. Rent soaring. Who won? Billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos saw fortunes balloon as stocks surged. The middle class shrinking. Young investors struggle to buy homes, now inflated bubbles. Socially, unrest brews, protests over cost of living crises in Europe and beyond. Economically, it stifles growth. Businesses hoard cash instead of investing. Globally, developing nations suffer most as dollar strength from Fed policies crushes their currencies. Modern relevance. In 2025, with prices still elevated, the war continues. Governments, buried in debt, prefer inflation over austerity. It quietly pays off trillions while your retirement fund dwindles. The elite diversify into gold, crypto, real estate, hedges against the erosion they helped create. For everyday savers, it's a cycle. Work harder, save more, but watch it slip away. This isn't just economics. It's power dynamics reshaping society one inflated dollar at a time. Reflect on this unsettling truth. Our monetary system isn't broken. It's designed this way. Central banks, influenced by politics and finance, perpetuate a cycle that favors the connected elite. Inflation erodes savings to fund debts and boost assets. The lesson? Don't be a passive victim. Educate yourself. Diversify beyond cash into assets that rise with inflation. Question the narrative. True stability comes from awareness, not blind trust. The war on your wallet rages on. Will you fight back? What if inflation is stealing from you right now? How has it hit your savings? Drop your story in the comments. Let's uncover more truths together.